episode 2.
Two.
Uno, dos. Episode 2. Whew, what do you think?
I'm just glad to be. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that we're doing this. I'm glad that we didn't throw in the towel.
So, yeah. I'm glad that my panic button did not make me run away and block Savi's number. For those who are joining us for the first time, I am AY.
I'm Mrs. Savvy.
Welcome to our podcast, Banters Beyond Borders. Banters Beyond Borders. Banters Beyond Borders. Can you say that 3 times without blabbing?
Yes, Banters Beyond Borders. Banters Beyond Borders. Banters Beyond Borders.
You remember that like a pa tropicana, like a pa tropicana, like a pa tropicana. Can you say like a pa tropicana 3
No,
times
no.
without blabbing?
No, I'll pass. I'll pass on that. Thank you.
For anyone that grew up in Nigeria, know exactly what we just did. Like a pa tropicana. Wow. Episode 2. I know last episode was new, was kind of all over the place. How do you feel about our recording last 2 weeks ago?
Well, I think it was great for a first timer, but I don't think we should be the one to judge because, of course,
Yeah.
I'm never going to be myself. I'm my own greatest cheerleader. So I'm going to give myself 100%.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Guys, what do you think about our first episode? How did you guys like it? Can you give us some reviews? Tell us what we need to do better. Am I talking too much? Is Savi not talking enough? All of those things.
Oh, please.
Please,
Why
whatever
are
you
you dragging me to this thing?
Whatever you
Just
do, don't troll us.
Yeah, we are talking too much. Don't ask if I'm not.
I should not cut corners. I should talk without.
No.
Wow. So today's episode that we're bringing to our family, we're still waiting for them to pick a name for themselves, but we'll call them our family, for our online families for now, is the bridge, right? You know, when we consider leaving Nigeria, leaving US and moving to Canada, is a bridge, right? So that bridge, how have you been able to maintain it, Savvy? You know, you as an adult left Nigeria, you had friends, you had, co-workers, you had the things you love to do, you had your favorite restaurants, you had, a routine that Nigeria made easy. Did you have a house girl when you were in Nigeria?
I was out girl with somebody like I don't like the word house.
Okay, sorry. Did you have a living a nanny?
Yes.
You had nanny for the kids?
Yeah. Did I have I was assistant.
Did you have a driver?
No.
You drove.
Oh, I didn't drive in Lagos.
You did drive a late.
Lagos driving.
It's not for the faint
It's not for the
hearted.
faint-hearted.
So you had a routine in Nigeria already, and then you moved to Canada, and you left all those routine, and you left those friends. How have you been able to maintain it?
Maintain it. Even the friendship.
Friendship.
Yeah. So when I left Nigeria, I already had a good support system. I'm somebody that I've been blessed with the gift of people, right? I've made good friends from secondary school to primary to higher institution to my workplace. And if there's anything I think I'm good at is I'm good at keeping in touch, right?
Yes, you are.
So so initially when I came, it wasn't easy because I was trying to like plant myself here. So I didn't really have time to like look back as I wasn't Lot's wife. I didn't have to really look back and because I needed to find myself and I needed to find myself fast. So my focus was on trying to like just survive, get myself into the community. With that days I cried, yes, because sometimes I'll be like, who sent me? Nobody sent me, because I get job for Nigeria. And I'm glad that my friends and my people, my family.
By the way, we're free to speak pidgin in here.
Yeah, cool.
Sorry. So if the conversation ends away, if you need to flow for pidgin, I beg.
Don't worry. Thank you for letting me know. So, but I'm glad that the quality of friends I have, they were able to understand that it was a phase, right? So they were able to give me that gift of grace. She's just finding herself, because there were like for some months I totally shut down. I didn't really reach out to anybody. I was very focused trying to find myself, right? And of course, I let them know that, oh, this is not intentional. This is what is happening. So if you don't hear from me, I'm fine. I'm good, and I hope you are too. I'm just trying to like put some things
In order.
in order. So what I missed, I think, funny enough, because the phone, we have technology. I don't really miss food that much, right? It's everybody's just WhatsApp call away,
That's
a
true.
DM away. But what I do miss very much, I miss father rice. There's one of father rice that we used to eat in my hometown in
Oúnjẹ
Abeokuta. We
yìí
call
lele.
it rice itoko. Ah, oh my god, I miss that
Rice
rice.
Itoko. Anybody
Itoko.
know Rice Itoko? Let
Ah,
us know if you guys miss it too.
I miss rice itoko. I miss Ghana high beans, Ghana high jollof rice. I used to buy that when I was working in my last place of employment.
Yeah, no
Ah,
free. Don't give anybody free adverts here, I beg.
so I missed all those amala. What I miss in Nigeria
It was food. You
was
didn't
the
miss the
food,
people.
was the street food, because anywhere you turn, you can just when you're when there's traffic on drink, you can just buy gala. You can, but here, when do you want to buy coke
Come
on
and buy
the
it now for
when,
for
when you want
York
to buy
Street.
when you want to buy coke on the express or buy bread, or you can do a whole shopping. You can buy pepper on the street, everything. But here,
Funny enough, when you're speaking about it now, it's kind of like a deja vu kind of thing that it does make sense. Nigeria, we were so accessible to a lot of things that you don't even know you miss it until when you're here and you don't and you crave it and you
yeah,
don't
I
get
really need to find it.
to find it. So in as much as yeah, maybe I left Nigeria at a young age, for me there were still some things for me that I wish I can go back to. So during Ramadan, I come from a Muslim background, irrespective of the fact that I'm a Christian now, right? um I remember my grandfather when during Ramadan and when it's time for iftar, there's this um place in Ikmori under bridge where they sell tuwo. Oh,
So which is the
I can
we can
give my
taste it.
my
Oh,
life kidney for that
for that
tuwo.
too.
Right?
Was very
You
amazing,
know those
life changing too.
life changing tuwo that has shaki and inuero and sorry if you're not Yoruba or you're not Nigerian, I do apologize that those are the intestine to goat, right? Or is it cow?
I know I go to test like test.
And you know how food, and I enjoy eating my food hot. So the goal is grandpa finishes, but he never finishes his food. So his closest grandchild that is by
Which
the
happened to
door
be you.
is always me that is going to collect the leftover. So my chair is usually stationed by and my cousins can attest to this that we try to be in the environment where once you start hearing is the food is summering down that is finishing his meal. Omo olowo abeg. And as a grandfather, because he knew that his leftover were coming to the kids, he still had meat in it. The food wouldn't even look like he ate it. He ate it in a way where it's for you to come and have, and it
Yeah.
was so. Those days, those kind of days, make me really miss. Rest his soul. He passed on now, but those kind of experience make me miss that even my kids experienced it because my grandfather at some point did come to live with us in the US, but it didn't feel the same way of when we were growing up, where when he's coming back from work,
Of course.
he's stopping at he's bringing
Leventy.
UTC, Leventy is bringing those kind of memories
Oh
where
my God.
things that
Those are the good old days. Instead of bread
for
and
any
macaroni
kids that is
cheese.
listening to me right now, this is like your mom going to work and coming back and bringing back
McDonald's.
McDonald's and Burger King, or ice cream from Dairy Queen. So those were the things that I tend to look back at, and I'm like, wow, I had a great childhood, regardless of how I pictured it back then. Right, looking back at it now, those are things I miss,
Those are some good memories.
memories that I miss. I think I missed out on a lot more of it because I moved at a younger age. Now moving to Canada from the US, I can write 10 books of the things. And Savvy guys, Savvy doesn't like to hear this. I can write 10 books about the things I miss about the US. I still honestly feel like Canada has a lot catching up to do
And I agree.
in so many aspects. I miss the shopping, being able to go into a mall or store or department store and have endless kind of varieties of things when it comes to fashion and all of that. Even with the food also in the US, like we have so many in Chicago, at least in one street, let's not say one street, like in one area, for example, in our Peel region here that we're in, you have a good competing 5 African restaurants that you can. And when I say African, not only Nigerian, Ghanaian. Speaking of Ghanaian food, there's this lady that sells
Okay.
not even waki, she sells fufu and okra, and she also sells the red rice and beans. Those are my two favorite from her. But this woman's attitude, it is the most nastiest.
That's how food is sweet.
Like, as in, every time you go there, you fight with her. But that doesn't mean that.
Go back. I read somewhere on Twitter, somebody said the nastier the attitude, the better.
The better the food. Speaking of it right now, I actually miss her. So I had a friend of mine that came to visit one time. And we had gone to different, of course, fancy restaurants. We'd gone to Nigerian restaurants. So I just said, let me treat you to this Ghana food though. So, and he owns like a restaurants, hospitality kind of thing in Nigeria. So he holds Nigerian African restaurants to a high standard. So when we walked in there, you already said the vibes is one kind of. So we ordered the food and we sat down. We said we wanted to eat, like sit and eat. We're waiting. They didn't come and serve our food. So I got up and I went to the window. I said, "Oh, that we've been waiting for our food, and no one has brought our food." So I said, "What did you order?" And just immediately, her attitude, as always, just flew off the.
From 0 to
Oh
100.
my god! And this particular person, he got upset and was like, "You don't talk to people like that." You know, Nigeria, of course, attitude kind of, and they went back and forth. So instead of us eating the food at the restaurant, we ended up taking it to go.
Yeah.
You laugh now. So we got home. He had the okra and the fufu. I had the red rice and beans, and we finished. Like 3 hours later, I said, "Ewa, lost next week, my lord." But we were just going off for the way she was. Oh, baby, here do go. Like the food is so good. The food is so good. So I miss that in. They're good.
Yeah, what did you miss? You miss bad customer service or
No, I miss the food, which was accessible.
Okay.
Like we have good we have. I have to be careful what I'm about to say. We have good restaurants here in Ontario, in Canada. I mean, I've not experienced outside of Ontario restaurants, right? So, but my thing is, the ones that I feel like are good, they are not accessible, right? I can't just get in the car 10, 15 minutes. I've made it to the actual sit down Nigerian restaurant.
Yeah.
The only other thing I also miss is variety, right? Also with the food aspect. I feel like in Canada, because it's so expensive to ship here, oils and the taxes is so expensive. Like you want to go and sit down at a restaurant with a family of 4 Nigerian restaurants. By the way, I have a dream of opening a Nigerian breakfast joint.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's that dream has been in my head.
If it's not too far from my house.
That dream has been in my head. Just breakfast. We're not selling anything else. All those momoin and ogi, akara, all of the just strictly.
We do agree visa and bread.
Yes, just strictly, strictly what we. It's been a vision and a dream. I don't know why. I won't be the one cooking it. Or maybe I will invest in something like that. But just like a quick cafe that serves just Nigeria breakfast. That's it. And then of course coffee. So back to the to my point is like there's so many things that you can think of now that you're in Canada, right? That you would have never thought that you miss it. Like eating corn on the road with ebe. What's that? What's ebe? Pear.
Yeah.
That purple pear.
Yeah.
Things like that you would have never thought that.
Things that were
It's
like
right
normal to us. Like you don't even think it. And that's why people say that you don't know you don't value what you have until you lose it. Because
Yeah.
to you it's just you've taken it for granted, like it's normal. Or I want to get corn, I can just walk over to that street. I can call this person. Like, what's coming to Canada? That's sorry, my dear.
You can just go to the market, kill
my dear.
Serious my dear. Kill like a ram or a goat or and just have a full blown party, not unprovoked. But if you want to do that here, you first of all think of the exchange rates
Now you think of the stress,
and the stress
as
too.
adults, like adult friendship. I know we are moving on, but adult friendship is so difficult to maintain.
That's a topic that we can't
like it's so stressing, it's so stressful. Like after spending Monday to Friday, you really just want to rest. You don't have time
That's
to
true.
play catch up, go out and do everything. And
That's
I
so
think that's
true.
something I've always missed about Nigeria. You know, in Nigeria, because you're not the one doing everything yourself, you still have time to socialize and everything.
Of course.
But here, you are the cook, you are the maid, you're doing everything.
It is
So you
overwhelming.
are worn out. You don't even have time to.
That brings us another thing that you miss. I know people that come with younger kids, like babies. Have you had your son here in Canada, right?
Yes, I did.
Compare having your son and having your daughter in Nigeria.
Oh, of course, but I can't compare because in Nigeria, a lot of support.
That's what I wanted you to say.
So, a lot of support here. Oh my goodness.
How was it?
It was my husband, my spouse is Anton, and he's very supportive. But between the two of us, we still have two other kids to look after, and it wasn't really easy. But we made it work. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't
compared to
stressful,
having everyone back home with you.
Nigeria, in Nigeria, you can take care of the kids. Somebody will be in the kitchen cooking for you. So, you say you want to go and sleep. Oh, bring the baby, go and sleep. But here, no,
sleep, sha. I mean, it's not that it's not possible in Canada or the Western world, but it comes with a price tag, right? Because I know people that have living nanny that they're paying living nanny for 3-5, 4K per month for a living nanny. That's another person's entire income for the month.
You get.
So, what else? How about transportation? Because I know you didn't drive when you were in Nigeria.
Yes, I didn't drive when I used to. Okay, so I used to drive. Let me clarify. I used to drive within the estates.
Okay.
On the street of Lagos. There's people in Lagos are mad.
Hey,
I used to live in Lagos, but
move mad.
Oh my God, Lagos drivers!
You need a different kind of permit to drive in Lagos.
Sure you get. So
funny, my husband enjoys driving in Lagos. I don't.
Oh, I don't even think I can. Not that I'm driving Canada. I'm not sure I can drive in Lagos because I'll be so scared.
I did. I didn't drive too far. I just drove like out of the estate to. I drove out of the estate and I think maybe to one store and then the driver drove back.
I don't think I can. I'll be so scared. So transportation here too is easy. You just have to spend
and be strategic.
I remember my first day that I came. Uber chopped my money because I always Uber everywhere.
Uber.
Any small thing, I was always just
soft life Uber.
I think I wanted to go to downtown Toronto now. Take Uber.
From wow.
Best believe.
So now that you've been
okay, let's even compare US driving with this driving. What's the difference? Because I was in US last week and I think I was telling something that I think US driving is similar to Lagos driving. Like we're driving like
it depends on where you are. It depends on where you are. So the issue I have in the US is parking. I lived in everywhere I moved, I lived in a big city. So you imagine coming back from work with kids and I lived in like a apartment complex on the north side. Then you have a car seat and you have a toddler and you have to walk like 4 or 5 blocks to where you park in the snow. So what I used to do is I'll just pull up to the front of the house, let the kids out. Luckily, the place I lived the longest, we had like a dry cleaning place downstairs, and I'll just quickly tell the lady that I should watch the kids. Or if my partner at the time was home, I'll tell him to come down. If he's having a nice day, he'll go park the car. I take the kids up. If it's one of those days, maybe he just arrived also, he just takes the kids upstairs and I go find parking. And you can literally, on the north side, for anyone that is from the north side of Chicago, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You can literally roam around 1 hour still looking for parking. So you get frustrated and you just enter the parking, any parking spot you see, and just be using the blood of Jesus to cover the car. Or you come down, you won't be surprised when you see a parking ticket. So for a lot of us that we never had like driving issues, we had parking issues. And I know people that have like $1,000 or more in parking tickets. And they don't get to they won't pay it until when it's time to renew your and okay, you have to, and there's always a way to get a payment plan, but you just don't want your why you owe those parking tickets. You don't want to get your car towed, then you have to pay everything with the towing fee and all of that. So for me, I I learned to drive in the US by force. I grew up in a house with a lot of my cousins and my brother. They were all guys. I was the only girl for a pretty long time. And I think one day I wanted to go to the north side from the south side, which is about 45 to 50 minutes without traffic. And I was also working in the area. So normally when they drop me off at work, it's fine with them. But this is going to be a long distance drive. And then my cousin at the time wanted to charge me. I don't know how much he wanted to charge me to take me to the north side. Oh, Uncle, give me your key. But before then, of course, in the US, we learned driving in secondary school. So your 11th grade, which is junior year, you do the stimulated driving in the school, and they give you your permit. And your senior year summer, you get to do the road test. So you come out of secondary school with your driver's license, and the kind of driver's license we have in the US is not the nonsense one that's grade A, grade B here in Canada. So it's either you do under 21 driving and over 21 driving. The color of your license, driver's license, will show you what your age is and that. So then you have the permits and the full license. That was it. So I'd already had my license, but I didn't have a car to drive. So that was one of the days I just grabbed the car and I
just took the bull by today.
And I went on the highway, the highway all the way to the north side. And I think that kind of conquered my whole driving affair. But to compare in general, along as far as the people that I've left behind in the US, I'm terrible at keeping in touch.
For real? I don't think so.
I'm terrible. I'm telling you, like I'm terrible at keeping in touch. I will remember in my head that I said I wanted to reach out to the person. If I don't do it right there, right that moment,
that's it.
It will go, and then maybe when a week goes into shame, we will not like to reach out. Will now hold me back from but and I'm always critical of myself when it comes to maintaining long distance friendship. I think over the years I've grown much better to be intentional about keeping in touch with people, bridging both life. For me, I only had few friends in Nigeria. My really, really, really close friend that we went to secondary school together passed on. Rest up, so Tokwe. So after her, I really didn't have like a connection with friends in Nigeria. And then the other few, which were guys, they had already moved to the US also. So we kind of kept in touch in the US. And of course, adulting happens. People get married, life happens. I do have a few friends that even if we don't speak for a year, when we pick up the phone after 1 year and we jump on the call, we can be on that call for 2 hours talking about absolutely nothing and talking about absolutely everything and rubbish
catching up.
And and all the streets of Instagram updates kind of thing.
So I guess that's where I'm kind of different. I don't allow myself to feel guilty, right? Because I believe communication goes both ways. So if I don't reach out to you and I now remember, oh, I've not spoken to anyone in a long time, I just pick up the phone and just say, oh, hello, crossed my mind now, and I just want to say, no, I don't pick up. I don't. That's what I said. No, I don't pick up the phone. I don't really like my phone. I'll send a message. Oh, okay.
Just checking your mind.
Just watching base and
Or
that's
I'll,
what I do.
FYI, guys, if you're my friend and you're listening to this and I didn't call you, but I send you Instagram memes or I send you Instagram video, that's my way of connecting.
Honestly, for real.
So, yeah, I didn't pick
Be
up the
for
phone to
real.
say hello. But if I'm sending you 10 videos and reels in a week,
just know that
we are still BFF. We are still BFF. Okay? So, and I think also another thing that I don't miss, because we've been talking about what we miss and how we've been able to maintain both sides of our life. One thing that I don't miss is the madness. People be moving mad.
I know.
Like people move mad
and recklessly. Everywhere.
Not even only like day to day life, but people that you consider close to you, people that you consider so called friends.
See, Lagos or Nigeria, as you say, is a jungle. You have to be that way. That's to survive.
Not only Lagos, Savvy, even in the US, I'm telling you, people be moving mad.
Because life is a jungle. You have to survive. If not, you'll be preyed upon.
So are you saying we should promote having our guards up to our friends when we shift?
No, that was no. I don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that protect yourself. I don't know. Anyone wants to protect yourself. If you think moving mad, you're allowed to protect yourself. If you think being vulnerable is the way to go, just be you.
Be you. All right. I know we've talked about what we've missed back home, comparing it to how life is. We really didn't dig deep. We'll still dig deep on certain topics.
Yes.
And anything that you feel like we didn't really talk about, our online family members, feel free to, when you're following us on Banters Beyond Borders on Instagram, DM us, comment when we post, and let us know what you feel. Are we even making sense? Are we just doing yama yama on this thing? Encourage us. Do not troll us. Please do not. I say it again. Don't drag me. Drag Savvy. Savvy is the one with the tough skin. I don't get all this thing that you see. It is all a facade.
I beg go.
I'm an onion.
I don't have tough skin, no.
No, I'm a coconut. I'm soft inside and hard on the outside. Or I'm a pineapple. I'm sweet on the inside, but I'm rough on the outside. Nice. Online family members, thank you again for spending another Sunday afternoon with us.
Mm-hmm.
This is our second episode 2. We're doing good, right?
We are doing great.
We're doing good, right?
Thank you so much for your time. And remember, we love you. I can't wait to connect with you in 2 weeks' time. Until then,
stay savvy, like you always say.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Take all that audacity into your new week. Have a lovely one.